I have literally been in a flare for almost 6 months straight. I have pelvic congestion syndrome, adenomyosis. I have very high suspicions of endometriosis, still haven't definitively ruled it out as of yet. And I also have May-Thurner syndrome. And all of these syndromes tend to act up on my menstrual cycle. So I went from having intermittent pain once a month. My whole body would flare like 2 days before my cycle would come on. I would deal with a lot of bleeding, a lot of swelling. But when my cycle went off, I was back to normal until my cycle came on again. But 6 months ago, I don't know what happened with my body to where a light bulb just switched on and refused to turn off. I am in constant pelvic pain. It feels like I'm carrying around a bowling ball down there, like a head is going to fall out. And I had to reschedule to go back to see the nurse practitioner in the OBGYN office because she wanted to attribute everything to adenomyosis and did not want to further check for endometriosis. So I rescheduled a transvaginal ultrasound, and I'm hoping to get what's called the sliding scale done by the sonographer to see if my organs freely move like they should. That is something very key and very missed when it pertains to vaginal ultrasounds, right? It's not, oh, this means you have endometriosis, but it would be my first step in arguing towards an endometriosis diagnosis, or at least to build up to that point of laparoscopy surgery, right? I want to go over the emotional side to pain like this. Chronic pain that does not go away, it tears you down mentally. I have the brain fog, which is probably a byproduct of something else. Thankfully, I'm not dealing with the migraines ever since I started wearing my glasses, but it's just the mental draining. I'm extremely tired. I literally fell asleep on my recliner and took a nap that I didn't want to. It's like my body forced me into a sleep. And every time I would wake up, my body was like, no, we're not done. Boom, lights back out. I felt like I had no control over my own body. So my body is drained. I'm chronically anemic. Till this day, nobody has been able to figure out why. I have suspicions, honestly, of a genetic underlying condition to my anemia, but they won't run the proper testing. So right now, we're just uremic and we don't know why. So I don't know if my tiredness is a byproduct of the heavy blood loss during my menstrual cycle. Friend, I'm going through it right now. And this is frustrating. And it's annoying because I don't feel like I'm being heard. My lab work screams something's wrong, but I'm constantly being told that nothing's wrong. But yet I can't function. I haven't felt like this. The last time I felt this tired was when I was pregnant, right after my twin pregnancy. I'm talking about lethargic to the point to where I couldn't move, I couldn't function. And the cardiologist the hematologist, that I saw looked me dead in my face and said, "You're fine." No, I'm not fine. And I feel that again now, and I'm trying to figure out why. I have a couple of procedures that I had scheduled that I had to put a halt to because I really want to make sure I don't have endometriosis before I go forward with these other procedures. So it's like it's complicating and clouding my judgment on what to do. I don't know what to do. I am in pain. And for most people, when they're in pain, they have an out, pain medicine. I don't have an out, friend. I can't take pain medicine. When I take all of these different types of medications, it messes with my heart. My body does not properly metabolize these medications, so they make me sick. I would rather suffer in pain than take the pain meds. And I'm talking about basic stuff like Tylenol, Toradol. I cannot take this stuff. Morphine. I can't do it. So I'm left to suffer in pain. But my suffering will not be in vain. I'm not just going to sit here and suffer just to suffer. When I suffer in pain, it pushes me to study. This is reminding me of my heart issues. My heart issues also at one point used to be intermittent until it became chronic. And once it became chronic, it forced me to study to figure out what is going on. Same thing with my leg. I have a vascular malformation and I've had it in my leg since I was born. When I was pregnant with my daughter back in 2014, I was going back and forth to the OB and they kept sending me across the street because they wanted to make sure I didn't have a clot in my leg. It only flared during pregnancy because hormones increase. Hormones is freaking going nuts, right? So that malformation was very sensitive. But once I gave birth, the pain went away. So it became an afterthought. Until I gave birth to my twins, that pain did not go away. So once again, we're entering from intermittent into chronic. It pushed me to dig deeper, to press for answers. So now I feel like here we are again, but now with my uterus. And I'm going to be very honest, I'm tired. I am tired of fighting this game. I am tired of having to advocate for myself. I am tired of being the one that has to sit here and do all of this research and present it to doctors in a way that they're going to understand. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm frustrated, friend. I just want a break. I'm in school full time, right? I'm going to school for public health. I'm taking anatomy and physiology, and it's kicking my butt. Okay? Literally. Every ounce of smartness that I thought I had, I feel like was thrown out the window. This class is literally too much information to be jammed into an 8-week course. But here we are. I got to pass it, right? So it's like my pain is flaring up so bad to the point to where it makes me want to drop out of school. And I know I can't, because I would allow chronic illness to win. My pain don't look like it's going anywhere. So now I have to learn how to adapt to being in chronic pain, being a mother, being a stay-at-home mom who also homeschools, by the way. I run 2 separate social media accounts on multiple platforms. I'm a wife, and I'm a patient advocate, while battling my own chronic illnesses, going to multiple appointments, dealing with so many problems, so many issues. I feel like I'm being crushed right now. But I'm a woman of faith. My faith is what keeps me up. No offense to those who don't believe. My job is not to force my ideologies and my beliefs onto you. I would never do that. But that's where my source of strength comes from. It's my faith, friend. So I want to encourage anybody that's stuck in a flare. You're not alone. It can be lonely sometimes because people around me don't fully understand what I go through. I can be happy in the morning, and by 3 o'clock, I'm in pain. But these past 6 months, I'm in pain every day. It affects my sex life. It affects me mentally. Chronic illness is a destroyer. It destroys things, but I cannot allow it to reign control in my life. I still have a life to live. Like this summer, I want to go places. My family hasn't really been able to do things because of me. Because mommy's going to be too tired. Mommy's legs are going to hurt. Mommy this, mommy that, mommy that. Mommy's going to push through this year for my baby so they can get to go outside and do whatever it is they want. These are the sacrifices that I'm willing to make as a mother to make my children happy. I don't want to steal their childhood because of my chronic illness, right? So if you are somebody that's battling a flare, a multi-month flare, let's talk about it in the comment section, friend. What are you using to cope? How are you getting through? Like, honestly, for me, it's the hot chocolate. This is the only thing that is like soothing my nervous system. Literally. It's the only thing that calms me down, you know? That, music, prayer, worship. But more importantly, it's the studying. Studying not only distracts my mind from the pain, it pushes me closer to a hopeful answer. So if you're going through a flare right now, you are not alone. Do not give up, friend, please. Can you promise me that?